Well, hello YouTube. Today I am bringing you a video on how displacement on demand in GM vehicles actually functions. How does it actually work? I have had a lot of people commenting on a video of a fix of mine. I will put a link above. So this video is going to be pretty sweet and short, basically describing how the system actually functions to do the job of changing displacement in the engine. So right here I have what's called the VLOM, or VLOM. This is the part that does all the work as far as activating displacement on demand. Now on the front of the timing cover there's also a actuator on the camshaft, and that is only for variable valve timing. It has nothing to do with the displacement on demand. There are two separate systems, so I just want to make you aware of that. Now this here unit is the part that tells the lifters, which are the part that changes displacement, to collapse. So the lifters right here, this is one that's actually bad. Now I don't know if you can see this, but you see the bottom of the spring piece here. This is a taken apart mode basically, but this spring part here is supposed to go all the way down and contact this part. This one is a failure one. This is what happens when they beat themselves up, and I will explain that in a minute as well. Now here is a lifter that is still good, but I took it apart because I want to show you what's inside of it and how it actually functions. Okay, now you see these two spring-loaded paws that are in here. These things are oil pressure sensitive or activated. Oil pressure is what controls whether these are inside or outside. The spring obviously pushes it outside naturally, so the oil pressure, when it's increased, collapses this. Okay, I'm gonna put this together. Okay, so listen to this. Listen real close. I'm gonna put it up next to the camera and I'm gonna slowly compress this. Did you hear that thunk? Not only was that this bottoming out, but those are those little pieces. I don't know if you could see this in here, but I'm going to rotate that. See that hole in there and the pieces going by it? Those little paws are right there. They are lined up with that hole. There's a cavity in here from about right here to about right here. So what you're seeing right now, this lifter is sitting right in that direction, just like that. And in fact, you can see that this spring is bottomed out. So sitting there like that. Now this edge right here is inside of a shelf that fits this circle perfectly, and it's just barely inside the shelf, like it's just on the edge of inside of there. Now this one has failed because that shelf is beat up from those paws. Those paws, they beat up the shelf, and I'll show you an image right here. And as you've seen in that little video clip there, is the shelf is all beat up from these things bashing up against it. So in non-DOD mode, or when it's not activated, those little paws are in their locked position, okay? And it just does this. So you can see it kind of has a little slop there. Every time it pushes down, it goes boom, and it slams against that shelf. And every time it does that, it slowly mushrooms that shelf and wears things out to the point of where it swells, and then the tolerance is too tight, and you end up with a scenario like this where I cannot push this one down any further. But normally they can still go down all the way, and then with a trick, I'll throw a link above, for repairing these is basically whacking them with a hammer without taking very much apart. You can use a special tool that I make, and you whack it with a hammer and it releases that stuck part, because it'll get stuck in the collapsed position. Now how does it end up in that collapsed position? Okay, that collapsed position is made by oil pressure. So this thing controls what pressure it gets. I always thought it was removing pressure, but it's actually adding pressure. So normally it's under very low oil pressure inside the oil cavity in here. So this sits, of course this is upside down in accordance to the motor. Well, I guess it'd be like this. But this sits like this, okay, and there's an oil passage that goes all the way to the feed here, and then there's also a main oil galley inside the engine block that feeds this. So this unit, we have oil pressure coming from this direction and oil pressure going into this port here. Now, when this thing needs to disable the cylinder, it will add pressure to this, pushing those paws in, and you can see I can't pull it apart right now, right? I can't really collapse the spring, so I'm going to show you a different way. I just put a little pressure in there and it just pops right apart, okay? So that is how it allows it to collapse. I'm going to try and collapse it as best I can here. There we go. See, I was able to collapse it some? So it allows it to collapse, releasing the lift on the valve so that the valves no longer are able to function. They're no longer able to open, therefore disabling a cylinder. When you remove a cylinder from the system, you're losing displacement, hence displacement on demand. Now, how does this thing function? So there's a connector that this pass-through goes to right over here, and that connector goes to the computer, and that's where all the control comes from. So it's just a 12-volt on-off solenoid, as all these things are. Listen to this. Plenty loud, right? Okay, so a 12-volt solenoid. Now these two passages are connected. There's a pathway that goes here and then goes this direction to the solenoid. Normal conditions, okay? Without this activated, it's coming out of this hole. And I'm going to do one over here because I haven't done that yet. And watch what happens. It's going to squirt oil around the outside of this thing. Okay, so it blasted oil this direction and this direction. So it lets air, or oil, it's supposed to let oil, I'm using air as an example, but it lets oil leak out all these different passages and holes. So it relieves an excessive amount of pressure. So I believe that this is like a normal lifter in here, except that it's got an excessive amount of pressure for a lower spring, but I have not been able to get this apart yet. Maybe someday I'll try. For now, we're just going to leave it as claiming it's a normal lifter. It might be a little bit different because of the way it's designed. Functionally, it would not work very good if it was a normal lifter because you need pressure, good oil pressure, to make a normal lifter function. So perhaps it's just restricted enough that it's still able to allow it to function, but it may... I don't know. I'm not sure about that part of the lifter. I do know how the rest of the system works now, but not sure about that part of the system. So anyway, I digress. These passages are letting airflow or oil flow just leak out normally until they are activated. Okay, so we will go ahead and I'm going to put my finger over this hole because that one is always an open hole, so it always has a little bit of bleed by. Now you can hear it's just going clean out of that solenoid. Now if I activate it, hear how it sounds different? Now the reason it sounds different is now it's going to this passage here and it's not coming out the sides here. And because it's not coming out the sides and it's going to this passage is to the oil galley. So it increases pressure, so it adds oil flow. Not only do you have the flow naturally feeding the lifters, but now it's also adding oil flow to those lifters, thus pressurizing this thing to the full amount, which in turn releases those little locking paws that are in there, allowing it to collapse. And that is how a displacement on demand system on a GM vehicle works. They are prone to high failure rate. I will link my videos, my most recent videos on this, all in the description below. Check out the description below. I also have a valley plate that is going to be a replacement to get rid of this system. I may include a kit that allows you to change the cam and go to a normal system. I will include as much as I can and get as much info in that description as possible that I may have missed on this. But essentially, that is how the system works. So if you like this video and you like learning about things like this, be sure to hit that like button. It helps me a ton. Like, share, subscribe, and I hope to see you on another video. Thanks for watching.